I am such a Mida fangirl because of exactly the reason you said. Like when you were like, I'm a sea kayak guide with Portland Paddle, and this is such an incredible resource and a tool, really, as a guide and just as a person who likes to play on the waters of Maine.
Yeah.
And I find myself always going back and like feeling cozy opening the guidebook and just like looking at all the places that I could go and the possibilities. So I'm curious, like your perspective of like what MIDA is for somebody who has no idea. And MIDA is the acronym. I feel like it's good to clarify the acronym for Maine Island Trail Association. So we'll probably use that quite a bit. But yeah, what is the organization and what do you all do?
Sure. Well, we're coming up on our 40th anniversary in just a couple of years. So we've been around for a little bit.
Yeah.
The origin, when you roll back the clock to the kind of mid 80s, concepts like leave no trace and kind of outdoor recreation, they just look different. That they didn't actually exist, and they were kind of in there. They were forming at the same moment that this idea was forming. And the coast of Maine, many people were kind of exploring on their own and had all these wild adventures, and many other people had absolutely no idea what was out there. And so it really started with the state also not knowing what was out there and asking our founder, who at the time was spending lots of time on the water, to help them figure it out. And the idea was born that really this belief that if people fall in love with something, they'll take care of it. And how do you kind of pair access with stewardship? And what would it look like to build a network of islands and coastal sites along the coast of Maine where people could go and disconnect and reconnect with nature and themselves, but take care of those places. And so we've been doing that for 40 years. We have partners up and down the coast. There's 375 miles of water trail, just to clarify. People often wonder what the Maine Island Trail is, and it is on the ocean. So think of the Appalachian Trail, but on the water. So you navigate from New Hampshire all the way to Lubec, and along the way there's 240 sites. And what we do is really cultivate and steward the relationships that allow for that, because there's private landowners and public landowners and conservation land trusts and others who own these properties. And so we first establish a relationship built on trust. They're all handshake agreements, and then we go out there and with volunteers up to 1,000 a year, we go out and take care of the places and make sure that they are kept wild, remain open to the public, but also in a state that when you get there, you really feel sometimes like you're the first or the only, or at least the infrequent visitor who gets that opportunity. So we've got a staff of people and an army of volunteers, and we every day go out and clean up the coastline and take care of invasive species and manage erosion and all the things that impact the island ecosystems. And in exchange, our members get access to the information to both go out there and recreate, but also to participate in all those community events.
Yeah,
cool.
So awesome.
This has certainly been a sort of factoid point that has come up in a couple of different episodes, but it's